Hello, I'm going to tell you a little story here. Back around the time that I was about to turn a year old, in 1972, two college friends, one a guitar player named Bob Hartman, and the other a bass player called John DeGroff, they were attending a little Bible college in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they decided to form a rock band. And it's a rock band that, even though I've not been the most ardent follower in the latter part of their career as I was when I first discovered them, it's a band that I'll be forever grateful to because they helped me develop my love of music, in particular rock music. And that band's name is the Greek word for rock, which is Petra. And over the next series of videos, I'm going to be talking about 5 albums of Petra's that I have the most fondness for. And this isn't going to be a ranking, but I will talk about what I consider to be my favorite album of theirs last. So that's the only one that will be ranked, so to speak. But today I would like to talk to you about the first album I got of Petra's. It was released in 1983, called Not of This World. Sorry for the glare. Hopefully you can see this. I'll take the book out of the case. Maybe that will work better. There's the back of it. Well, anyway, by this time, Petra's original lineup was no more. Bob Hartman at the time was the only original member left. At this time, the lineup consisted of Greg X. Voles on vocals, Bob Hartman on guitar, Mark Kelly on the bass, Louis Weaver on drums, and Jonathan Slick on keyboards. As I said, this is the first album of theirs that I bought. And I remember at a church youth retreat is where I first heard of Petra. And the idea of a band playing rock music with Christian lyrics, biblically based lyrics, was something I could not wrap my head around. So, as soon as that retreat was over, I had to go to a place that sold Christian records and tapes and buy a Petra album because I needed to hear this for myself. And one of the first ones I saw was Not of This World. The cover seemed interesting. So I went ahead and bought it. And lo and behold, my mind was blown. The album starts off with an instrumental. It's a synthesized version of the doxology. For those of you who may not know, the doxology starts with the lyrics, "Praise God from whom all blessings flow, praise Him all creatures here below," and so on. It's a little instrumental version of that. Then it kicks into the title track, Not of This World, which is an acoustic song. And I was like, okay, this is an interesting beginning. Then track 3, Bema Seat, the first real rocker of the album, kicks in. And from that point on, listening to this, it's like, I'm glad I discovered this because I'm loving this, Bema Seat's a real good rocker. Has one of Bob Hartman's, in my opinion, best guitar solos of his career is in that song Bema Seat. And then another acoustic song follows that called Grave Robber, which has become rather close to me, to my heart, because not too long after discovering this band and buying this album, my grandfather passed away, and he was the first family member that I had pass away. And that song helped a lot with my grieving process of my grandfather's death. And for those of you interested, I urge you to look up the lyrics to it. Then another rocker, Blinded Eyes. Another good song about spiritual blindness. Then another song about sight or lack thereof called Not by Sight follows that one. And that's a medium-paced rocker. This album, even though it was recorded in 1983, has a very 70s Journey vibe, or Foreigner, or Yes. Not what later on in the career, Petra's music came to be like Journey's music was in the 80s. So Bob Hartman must have been a Journey fan, because the musical style of that band influenced his writing in some ways, I think. And then there's the song, probably my favorite song, well, it'll be between this one and Bema Seat. No, After Not by Sight is a song called Lift 'Em Up, which has a very strong Foreigner sound to it. Then comes the song that's probably one of Petra's heaviest in the early to mid 80s songs, and probably the second best song on here next to Bema Seat is called Pied Piper. Then there's a progressive sounding song, God Pleaser, Occupy, and then it ends with the Doxology reprise. But like I said, this was a game-changing album for me. Hearing rock music with those type of lyrics, again, very, very impactful to me. I thought they were the best thing since sliced bread, to be honest. And again, my interest in the band waned somewhat during the latter part of their career. But again, like I said, I'll always be grateful that I discovered this band. And I'll go into more reasons why as I go down the series of albums. And also when I talk about individual songs that happen to be my favorites. Spoiler alert, some of the songs I discussed from that album will be on that list as well. But I just love talking about bands I love and being at their 50th anniversary. I think Petra deserves some props, and they are embarking on a 50th anniversary tour right now, where they'll feature the original lineup. Will be part of the show, along with different variations of the band. They haven't released an album since early 2000s called Jekyll and Hyde. I'll be discussing that album very shortly. But petraband.com if you want to go read up about anything about them or maybe check tour dates. My Uncle Doug, who probably watches this, they will be in your area November 4th, not 5th, at the Cornerstone Church. So if you want to check that out, I'll thought I'd let you know. But anyway, until I talk to you again, enjoy your weekend and enjoy the music. And whether you're a religious person or not, and you like progressive rock style and AOR, arena rock style, check out some of Petra's work. Those of you who are into the AOR style of music, check out albums from 86 on. But anyway, again, till I talk to you again, enjoy your weekend and enjoy the music.